Hi, I'm Em. I'm a yogi, an eternal student. Love sharing my habits, experience, strength, and my hope for the future with all of you in the hopes of building a sustainable community where we support each other on this spiritual journey of realizing our true selves and our place in this great universe. I'd love to have you join me. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell for notifications, and share this video with a friend. Thank you.
I am sharing a tarot reading today. It was very meaningful to me. I'm finding that as Omicron grows, I want to hibernate again. I don't really want to be out and about in public. For the last 2 weeks, I primarily was hibernating because puppies, and really only went out of the house like for a photo shoot. That's it. And groceries and gas. So as this virus continues to plague us in 2022, I just wanted to share what I'm reading and experiencing and where my heart is at. This number 9 card of the Hermit gives us an opportunity and permission to take a time out. It's a universal energy card. That means it applies to all of us. It's an opportunity. It's not something that we necessarily have to do, but if we have denied this opportunity over and over and over and over and over again, the universe might put us on our ass. Taking time out to consider what's happening in your life and what's going on is important. I know for me, myself, I'm recognizing that I've not been serious about getting boosted. I have gotten my first and second Pfizer shot, but I didn't get my booster. And I'm immunocompromised, and I qualify for it as early as it comes out. I get the phone calls every time. I just don't take action on it. And I think part of it is fear, insecurity, not really knowing or understanding what's going on with COVID. I don't typically do the flu shot, so why am I like all into the vaccines? I don't know, but at the same time, I'm also recognizing that because I am immunocompromised, the more protection I have against the virus, the less it's going to ravage my body. So whether or not I get COVID is not an issue at this point. I think pretty much everybody's going to get it. I think that children are going to spread it the most right now because they're not as symptomatic, which a blessing. Hopefully it doesn't come back and bite them in the ass later on. We don't know what's going on with this, you know? But my point is that I am going to get boosted on Sunday. If you're local, the YMCA is having a pop-up event. That's when I'm going to go get boosted. Taking a time out, it's important. It's a beneficial thing. It is a gift and an opportunity, and it's taken me a long time to see it that way. I had to be benched. You know, like the universe benched me a couple times. I'm not going to lie. That's how I can speak with experience. Next card I pulled is King of Water. Just take a moment to look at the card for a minute. And what does it say to you? What does the symbolism and imagery bring to mind? Water helps us consider a constant state of flow. How can we consistently stay connected to the spirit so that our actions flow in accordance with our actual intentions? Oftentimes when we get stuck in our heads, talking that negative self-talk to ourselves that we were raised with and so we're so comfortable with, we don't even notice it. We can get stuck in self and become very reactionary. And all of that fear and the shame and the guilt and the hurt that we hold inside of ourselves, against ourselves, we will begin projecting onto those around us. It's science, literal science. That's how our bodies work. That's why we feel each other's moods and energies. So, there are mantras that go with this card. So I'm going to put this card down and pick up the book and read you these mantras because they're amazing. King of Water. Water relates to our feelings and our heart, how we perceive and process our feelings. The King of Water is generous, diplomatic, fair, gentle, a good listener, a non-judgmental peacemaker, and a mediator. Those are all good things. It sounds kind of like King Solomon, you know, the wisest man on earth, who everybody came to with every issue because they knew he would be fair. I would want to follow in those footsteps for sure. So 3 mantras to help us along that path. The first one, these are written by Collette Barron-Reid as a part of the Good Tarot. The first mantra is, I honor and respect all beings, including myself, and I see the commonalities we share and the spirit, God, that is in all of us. That really helps us respect each other, just FYI. That perspective gives our heart more space to respect each other when we come from that space. Not when other people come from that space, but when we come from that space. It's the tricky part. Mantra number 2, I listen to other voices and blend them with my own wisdom before settling on an opinion, making a decision, or taking action. My meditation coach told me years ago it was a good idea to build a list of at least 5 people that I could call at any point and ask for their feedback. Now, it's also important to have people that you can call and say, please don't give me feedback, I just need to vent. And honestly, that's what's helped me the most. Because when I hear myself talk, a lot of times I hear things click in my mind and I recognize that's not actually how I feel. That might be what my mind is telling me, but that's not actually how I feel. It doesn't connect here. There's a disconnect. What comes out of my mouth is not resonating with my heart, and then I have an opportunity to change my perspective. And I find that I really change my perspective more effectively and efficiently when it's my choice. So if we have people in our lives that struggle with listening to us and struggle with allowing us to reflect or bounce things off of them, they always want to have an opinion, they always want to give some advice, we can appreciate them for their heart. They want to help. But maybe recognize everything that we need is within us. And people who support us and listen and allow us to find ourselves, they give us that space to fit into ourselves, to let go of maybe who we were attached to yesterday and learn a new habit, behavior to get excited about. Those are the people we want to stick around with, hang out with, surround ourselves with. The people who allow us to grow, who don't hold us to what we were yesterday, but instead say, what made you think that? And get us talking. Because once we hear ourselves, we might want to correct ourselves. And if we can do that in a safe space, we're going to be willing and ready to do that. Good stuff. The last one. I gently and lovingly lead others away from fear and divisiveness and into harmonious collaboration. Can we just recognize for a second how much of our country is set up for competition? Free markets, capitalism. And while competition is not necessarily a bad thing, it's not necessarily a good thing either. It curates space for the ego to be the top dog. Not always good for humanity. Maybe we need a second to take a time out and assess ourselves. Where am I coming from right now? Am I bringing people together? Am I pushing people away? I'm so grateful and appreciative for all the support you guys have been showing me lately. I know this is the universe letting me know that I'm on the right track, and to continue following as they lead me. I'm so happy that you're here. I would love to have you stay and join in the conversation. Let me know what your name is, where you're following from, and what brought you to this spiritual exploration. Stay curious, my friends.